month to rent a room should be criminal. I live in Las Vegas and I pay $850 a month for a room and a shared bathroom. Nice area, nice little house,
I mean,
but
it's one
personally
room.
I think that's too much money, but that's kind of the average going rate here and elsewhere. But personally I think anything more than 700, maybe 750, you can convince me if it's a nice house, nice area, a lot of things nearby, maybe. But even in expensive cities like LA, Washington, I personally think nothing over 750 you should be able to charge. That's just criminal for my personal opinion.
Bro, so when I first moved to the new state I moved to, right, I had to rent a room. 'Cause I was 19 at the time, and I was looking at Airbnbs and stuff, so I got cool with the guy. And I was paying, it was like 250 a week on Airbnb or something like that. But we worked out a deal, and I was giving him 200 cash, and he would let me stay in his room. And I lived there for like 6 months because I was comfortable. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a big room, bathroom in my room, and I had like the rental property. It would have tenants every once in a while, but it'd be days where I just got a whole house to myself. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. It had two cats in there and everything. But I realized, I'm like, yo, I'm paying $800 a month. I need to be getting an apartment. I need to get. Then I moved out like 8 months later. But yeah, I stayed there for 8 months. I could have left after 2, 3 months. As soon as I figured out, it's crazy. I figured out about Zillow through Amway. Some dude through Amway tried to recruit me, right? And he was like, hey, I was looking for apartments. He's like, you download Zillow, Shit, I download Zillow, changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Start taking life in my own hands. Get over here. You know what I'm saying? Got cool with this company and been cool with them ever since. So, I mean, with this rental agency or whatever, and I've been cool with them ever since. You feel me? And it's just a man who owns some properties. That's the best thing about this world and just moving. Because where I'm from in Cali, you got to be on a waiting list to get an apartment. That's how bad it is out there. So when I move states, I'm like, yeah, bro, you just got to make a way.
My
But
hot take is
that 800 do be a lot, though.
How are y'all paying anywhere between $1,600 and $2,000 a month for rent on 725 an hour?
For my
Seriously,
water.
I need somebody to show their work because the math ain't
It's
math. Because
4:44 a.m.
every
right
time
now.
somebody always loves to say, folks don't want to work. I always laugh at that. There are plenty
Yeah,
of
work for what?
jobs. The
Same
problem is,
thing.
there's plenty of jobs that'll pay you money just enough, but not enough to get ahead. It's like being on a treadmill that charges you rent. You run at full speed, but you still ain't going nowhere. Think about it. Rent is $2,000. Then you still need lights, groceries, car insurance, gas, and the car itself. At this point, your paycheck is showing up like a contestant on a reality survival show.
Mm,
Back in my day, you could get a whole
fight back.
apartment, one bedroom, say, $450 plus utilities included. Now the landlords hand you the keys and a financial hostage situation. And then people wonder why folks got two and three jobs and still can't breathe financially.
2 or 3 jobs, bro, and still can't breathe financially. First of all, I wouldn't allow myself. Like, bro, I'm paying 1,000 a month where I'm at. When I first moved here, it was 850. I've been here for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? And I moved here when I was 21, 20, and now I'm turning 25. So I've been here for five. I've been here for 5 years. Let me not put too much on it. I'm not that old, right? But I mean, it's not that I'm not that old. That much time hasn't flew by for me. I haven't wasted that much time. I've utilized my years, so I don't want to make it just seem like. But I do find myself being here, and I'm like, yo, is it time to upgrade? I need to upgrade. I want a luxury apartment, and all this stuff, bro. You better stay down, bro. You got a beautiful spot, like, you know what I'm saying. You could survive. You know what I'm saying. Get a portable AC and save your money, man. All that luxury apartment. And trying to get the countertop marble table. If you rush that too soon, now you got that bill. Now some people got good apartments and they getting good deals, but I'm paying 1,000 a month. I'm like, I'm gonna make it until I'm making 100,000 a year. I'm still finna stay here, and I need a whole year of me making 100,000 a year to think about leaving from here. And the older I get now, I'm like, bro, honestly, bro, when I move out of here, I'm getting some property. I need to get my credit right, get that shit right, and just give me some property. Cause I don't think I could live like apartment living. I live in an apartment technically now, but it's like a unit. It's like a few units and they're not connected. So it's like my own little house. So I'm like, it wouldn't make no sense to move into some apartment and have some neighbors complaining about some herb or neighbors complaining about some, you know, not even, well, that's the only thing they complain about with me is herb because I'm not loud. But I'm loud with that herb, you feel me? But I ain't loud like, or you ain't gonna hear all that shit and 50 people in my house. That ain't happening, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That whole me trying to sleep, and if I just hear neighbors, bro, I don't know if I can deal with that shit. It's hard for me to sleep at hotels because they be connected. Like them thin wall hotels, that should be throwing me off, bro. Like, but that's why when I go out of town next time, I'm gonna give me a little drink or something. I can just enjoy myself no matter what hotel I'm at. I'm sleeping. Sleep out that lick. But yeah, though, man, let's get to the next video, bro. 2,000 for a month for an apartment. When you know the apartment is not worth 2,000, I just feel like nowhere is worth 2,000 unless you got a house. I don't care where I live at. I will move to where, if like, let's just say, I don't care, bro. I'm not paying that much for rent, bro. I've been paying $1,000, under $1,000 for rent for the past 6 years. I know you're like, bro, you should be rich, bro. Well, I had to get a lot of shit right, and I do got debt, and I do got other. I ain't gonna call them financial burden. I used to have a financial burden with the car vehicle. Now I got a rental car, so that's my biggest financial thing. But it's a work vehicle, so. Anyway, though, man, like I commend anybody that's getting through this.
Living in the US, a $40,000 salary is not a livable wage. It's living paycheck to paycheck. Honestly, if it were up to me, if you make less than $50,000 a year, you should be able to qualify for food stamps. I used to make $40,000 a year, and I can say firsthand that it is not a livable wage.
Bro, 40,000 a year is not a, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Even if you don't lifestyle creep, even if you do stay in the house or stay down and don't do nothing, like, what you got, an extra $200, $300, $400 to invest in at the end of the month? But here's the thing that people don't want to accept. They lifestyle creeped. I didn't lifestyle creep, and I won't, and I never will. I keep my job, even though I do content. Because obviously I haven't blew up and popped off yet. Y'all see the views on my video. Why would I quit my job? Once you see me start getting 10K views every video, then it's gonna be different. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. Even when I get 10, 20K, 30K, I still might keep my job, or I don't have to keep it, but because I'm a contractor, so it's not like I have to tell them anything. It's like I work at when I work. So what I'm saying is I have access to other forms of work regardless, because you need multiple incomes. Like I was hearing Lou Graham talking about, oh yeah, you need 7 streams of income. She playing the music, so I don't know if I can play this, but Lou Graham was talking about, yeah, you need 7 streams of income to become a millionaire. No, you need 7 streams of booming income. You need 7 streams of income that gain profit and revenue, that have cash accumulation. Because if your business is cash dead, like there's no cash flow, it don't matter how many streams of incomes you got. You know when people say I got 10 streams of incomes, are they generating revenue? Are they generating profit? If you got 7 streams of income, they all make $40, that shit don't mean nothing. Somebody will pass you through one stream. But if you got 7 incomes and they all make thousands and thousands of dollars, now you in a lead. He's basically saying like, yeah, bro, because when you get bumped off of one, you got the other one slapping. But it's like, bro, that shit sound good, bro. But by the time you get one booming, you gonna probably get able to get more booming. It's easier after you get one ball rolling, right?
Yeah, because one thing I just can't see myself doing no more is paying $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. Like, I don't know why I did. It's
Do
like,
something, man.
That is what my current rent is now. And let me tell you, my apartment, they sent me my renewal letter. They did not go up on my rent, not even $1, because they know it's better to keep me and they getting $2,000 a month versus me leaving and then they have to, spend time filling that unit. So no money is better than, or some money is better than no money, but I'm just not gonna do it no more. Ever since I got out of debt and I paid my car off and everything, I'm just like, where can I cut expenses at some more? And it's definitely on my rent. And like I said, I done tore up some apartments that was like, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, and paying $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. That just sounds crazy to me now. So I'm no longer gonna do that. I don't. Apartment is apartment. As long as you got a roof over your head, no matter where you stay at, I don't need all that luxury stuff. I don't be using them amenities, no way.
No cap.
So yeah, because one thing I just can't see myself doing no more is paying $2,000.
And here's the thing too, right? I used to think like, oh well, like a lot of niggas get the apartment, the condo, they pay $2,000 a month just for the hoes. Like nigga, the hoes will come to my house too. She'll help me get it better. You feel me? and I stay in the trench. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I don't stay in the trenches like how I grew up in it, but technically it's a low income area, you know. But people have, there's plenty of houses over here that's worth hundreds of $1,000s. So you can't even say that. It's just low maintenance, low income area, right? And it's a split between, it's weird. I'm near downtown, so it'll get weird. But let me say this, right? When you downtown near inner city, you always gonna have the millionaires right there too, in the condos and the high rises. I could rush to a high rise apartment, right? But here's the thing. If you can't afford it, or if every month, like if I had a slow month, my job can pay my bills. If you have a slow month, can your job pay that rent? Like if I have a slow month with my business, I could go to my job and get my rent paid. You see what I'm saying? As long as I got that, that's what I always keep in mind. Like, hey, can you get your rent paid off of the job that you got? You know? And you just gotta think about things like that. You gotta think about things like that, bro. Like, I have been thinking about cutting back on expenses. Like, bro, if I didn't have a car note, if I didn't have this rental car, I would have extra money in my pocket every month, but also I wouldn't have made that money to have. So it's not even like I'm missing money. So I'll be having to really think about it with that perspective, because I can't compare my situation. I don't even be telling people my situation for real, because you don't know. Like I said, let me tell y'all this, where I made a video saying nobody has the answers for you. Like, you see, like one of y'all will tell me y'all situation, and I'll tell y'all some answers, but whole time you like, but damn, you don't understand this, but I left this out, and I left this. It's like, yeah, that's why you might as well just do it yourself. Like, work your move how you work it. Don't look to confide into nobody. You see how this brother, like, he just making statements with his life. He ain't really asking y'all what to do. Even though people in the comments, I guarantee you, they're going to be telling him what to do, or they're going to be advising him things, right? Somebody said, I wish I could find cheaper. Nothing over $1,500.
Like, I don't know why.
No cap, bro. Anything over, bro, it's a rental property. When I was paying that man $800, right, on Zillow for that room, I looked on Zillow and guess how much it was for rent, the entire house. $1,200 a month. So I'm there paying this man mortgage every month. And that's when I realized, like, yeah, bro, you need to go ahead and lock in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I'm paying this homeowner mortgage. I'm paying his mortgage by just staying here. Kind of like how I'm using this rental company. I'm getting this rental company getting paid off of me. You know what I'm saying? But also I'm using a rental company too. So people be forgetting about what things do for them. You can't forget about the services and what things do for them. You got to understand too, money isn't real. So, but also it's your energy too. So it's not real to where the fiat dollar doesn't mean nothing, but if you lose money, it can affect your energy. Especially most people haven't detached from it like that. Even if you have detached from it, I don't care what nobody say. It's Babylon magic. So if you lose some money, or if you overspending, or if you get scammed, you're gonna feel it. Like I was telling you, I thought I got scammed for that promo. He sent the money though. I thought I got scammed for that brand deal, but he actually sent the money. So now I got that deal in place, but like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. You gotta detach from that shit. I'll tell my bro, I'm happy I ain't send no text and yap and send a crash out text and do this other stuff. Like, but that be from PTSD of you being attached to money. It don't show up in your account the next day and you crying and screaming. That's why most people can't go through the delayed gratification and put themselves in a position to where they don't have to worry about their bills every day. They work out of survival mode. You know how many people up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K, 100K, and they just work their job and chill? You know how many people that's making 10K a month and they go broke every month? So, but they trying to lifestyle creep. You know how many niggas finna lose it all to that bitch? That girl finna take all their money, bro. It happens all the time, bro. You know how many niggas, like, it's so easy to trick yourself into this. You got IRS that wants you. You got other dudes trying to take your business down or compete with your business or outcompete you. You got people that's trying to, you got IRS watching, nigga. You got your job that can fire you. Like, your incomes could slow up. Like, bro, when you get money, you realize everything in this world is meant for you to stay weakless, soulless, have no money, have no power. And if you do have money, they want you to be a slave to something still. Like, you notice, right? A lot of people with money, they still slaves to stuff. They still slaves to things, especially when you see them celebrities. I ain't gonna say a lot of people with money. When you see a lot of people with money online, or like, you'll see a content creator, entrepreneur, stuff that I gotta make more. I gotta make more money. I need more. Like, how much do you fucking need, bro? Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm in abundance. I need $1 billion. I'll get $1 billion. Give me $1 billion. But I'm not gonna sit here every day like, my life's not complete. I have to do better. If I'm not doing good enough, if I don't earn $1 billion, yeah, when you die, what that shit means? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Y'all ain't never sat down in your mind and thought about death. Well, of course y'all have. We all have. We're human. But I'm just saying, like, y'all don't really truly think about this shit, bro. This is a simulation, bro. Like, and niggas be really caring about this shit too much. Of course, my camera turn off when I start talking some real shit, bro. They do that weird ass little shit. That shit weird as fuck, bro. That shit just be doing that out of nowhere. Like, that shit be weird.
I did it.
Truth is, most people don't be getting approved for these apartments because the complexes make money off the application fees. They got the rent has the trees, and they don't plan on lowering it because they know they make money off the application fees. They'd rather leave the unit vacant because nobody can afford to live in it instead of lowering the prices. Why? Because they make money off the application fees. People are always going to continue to apply to these units. They're going to sell you a dream to make you believe, oh, you got a chance. Well, if you make 3 times the rent, oh, yeah, you might be able to. Oh, yeah. You could get a cosigner, a guarantor. They're selling you a dream. So in our minds, we're thinking, why would they not lower the rent so somebody can rent out the unit and they can get consistent money when we pay our rent every month? That's not how they think. You know how many people, and matter of fact, if you knew how many people were applying to apartments daily because people need somewhere to stay because not everybody is ready to buy a house, can buy a house, has a down payment to buy a house. You've ever applied to apartments, you know that an application fee can even run you up high as $75. Once I spend $75, I done basically spent $100. In my world, I spent $100. So if I'm applying to 2 apartments, it's $200+ on just the application fee. Just the application.
That's the electric bill.
That is just to find out if I'm approved or denied. Truth is, most people don't be getting approved for these apartments because the complexes make money off the application fees.
I'd rather go to somebody. I'd rather find a guy who owns some property. Y'all got a network, bro. Like, y'all got to treat this life like it's all about what you know, who you know, and what relationships and connections you can make, bro. Y'all need to shake hands, bro. I don't like apartments that's owned by, I don't like, bro, y'all need to heighten y'all odds. Like, let's just say you looking for somewhere to live right now, right? And let's just say you in Oregon. Like, I've been thinking about moving to Oregon or Denver, right? If I move to Oregon or Denver, this is what I would do. First, I would get an Airbnb, right? And I would Airbnb until I can get an apartment that I like. Because if I go out there and secure an apartment or secure something, and I don't know what it is, I ain't been to the neighborhood, I ain't been in the area, like, you gotta live out there for a minute anyway. But I'm like, would I want to take a risk and break my lease where I'm at just to go out there and fish around when I already knocked that process out? Because moving to a new city is a lot. I did it already at 19 with 0 experience. So I already did that struggling. So when I do it again, I gotta be established. So I make sure, like, I ain't moving to Denver or Colorado until I can get me something to where I know, like, shit, if I can't get into this apartment and I broke my lease, I could still live on the road for a year or 2 until it works, you know? Or like I said, or not even like I said, I don't know what I'm saying, but like I was about to say, in my mind, get my credit right and get everything right. So you got approval ratings and your options. And then it's like when you move to a new state, it's people that's begging and beating on the door to try to get to accepted to live there too. So what I'll do is I'll go on TikTok, I'll research how to get approved for apartments with this. I'll hit people up, I'll look at landlords, I go on Facebook Marketplace. See, I didn't even know about Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you got Instagram realtors, so 2026, it's no fucking excuses. It's just you gotta apply yourself, Smokey. But if the rent being too high and stuff like that, you need to lower your overhead. My fault, I didn't know it was frozen again. But if your rent too high, you need to lower your overhead for real.